matrimonial attorneys. I've been practicing matrimonial law for 50 years. I'm a panelist. I'm an arbitrator. I'm a litigator.
Mediator.
Dave is the same, but not as long as I have.
22, Rich.
22 years. So that makes me a lot older than you. So anyway, we have discussed with your attorneys your case, and we recognize that there are certain issues related to how we do certain things in your case. And two major issues is what to do with the house at the present time. Mm-hmm. And we discussed this at length. And we also took a look at the values that are on Zillow and Redfin. And we took a look at your problems that you have in this case. And our recommendation is that you take the house and get it sold under the present agreement and put the proceeds in escrow until such time as you can figure out how to handle the debts that are listed on your respective case information statements, so that you know what to do and how to liquidate the obligations that exist. And there has to be a determination by counsel as to what to do. And it may be that you're going to end up going to mediation with a mediator who's qualified on the mediation court list. The second thing is cash flow. There is no doubt by David and myself that you need a forensic accountant to go into the business and determine the cash flow that comes out of the business, because the issue of alimony and child support and other related issues cannot be determined without a cash flow analysis. No judge or David and I can accept Mr. earning about $20,000 in this business, given what we see in case information statements, the living standard, and there has to be some objective way of determining his income. And there's no question that counsel can't guess and nobody can guess. So you'll need a forensic accountant to be hired. And there are many forensic accountants that we know that can go into a restaurant pizza business and determine the cash flow. I don't know that there will be value, but that's our recommendation. And I think counsel agree that there's not much of a choice.
Okay.
Any questions thus far?
No questions from me.
Okay. Now, there was a question concerning, go ahead, Franz?
You're muted.
I think he's muted.
Mr. Uhak, are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good, excellent. You're the panelist asked if you had any questions. Do you have any questions, sir?
Can I talk to you in the separate room?
Okay, you could talk to me later, not right now.
Okay.
It's okay. I just wanted to make sure you heard the panelist. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions, but I'll talk to my attorney, and then he'll assist you guys.
Well, there may be questions that we can answer for you, or you can answer or it may be questions you can ask counsel that really would be general or generic questions that you don't need to be set apart. You can do that, or it's your choice. There was an issue brought to us concerning parenting time. Mm-hmm. And I understand that you're probably working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday during dinner. And my suggestion, David's suggestion, was that maybe you could do Monday and Wednesday, or Tuesday and Thursday after school ends, and have them for the day until you establish a place that you can take the children overnight on weekends, and work out a more traditional, standardized schedule with sharing weekends, alternating weekends, and having time during the week. But made that suggestion because we understand that you are not seeing the children right now, and that's not good for you. It's not good for the kids.
All right, I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, there's a multiple times I reached my wife seeing the kids, but she's always denying and saying, "Oh, talk to my lawyer, or give me 2 week previous notice." And then I have, because my little daughter is 4 years old, and I have no place to go. So sometimes she needs to use the bathroom, she needs to eat, So I don't want to use public bathrooms for my 4 years old daughter, and I cannot take her where I'm renting a room, and the way she's behaving, it's ridiculous, and because it's killing me, or everything, whatever she's doing and whatever I'm going through emotionally, financially, everything, because I was a housemaker and she was working, and all of these things she's doing to me, and my older kids, they don't want to see me. I have multiple records of messaging, and this is not good for, okay, me and her, that's a separate issue, but the kids is a separate issue. Kids not supposed to be, they respect father and the mother together, and it's as a same value of their respect, but it's going crazy. And I know, but she filed for divorce. It's okay, but I'm going through, because it's love of my life for 18 years old, 18 years of a marriage, and I'm just going crazy in my mind, my work. I suppose I don't know what to do. So I asked her to come to the house to do to sit with my 4 years old. That's the house we bought. For the living. And when she says come to the house, and then she's rejecting. No, you cannot come to the house, and all of that. So there's a lot of issues with going on. So I don't know what to do and who to go. And
Let me ask you this.
go ahead.
If you came and picked up the kids and spent, let's say, 3 or 4 hours with them until you get a place, and do that, let's say, on a Sunday early in the morning, and took them, let's say, to a park, or took them somewhere where you can spend some time with them, wouldn't that be acceptable?
I've been doing, yes, that is acceptable. I've been doing going to the kids, seeing the kids Monday and Thursday, as she says, come to come to see the kids. I've been going, picking her up from school, and spending time with my little one. My older ones don't want to see, because I don't know what's going on with their mind. And I have multiple messages from past 8 months, 9 months, and whenever my wife, she's in a good mood, she let me see them. Whenever she's not in a good mood, she says, "Oh, talk to my lawyer to do this."
The easy way is to set the time now, and put it in stone, and say, okay, you're going to see the kids until they get out of school on the 25th, right? 20th, 25th.
23rd.
So see them, let's say, Sundays before they get out of school. See them Sundays and say, I'm going to see the kids Sunday from 9 to 2 in the afternoon. I'll pick them up at the police station at your wife's town, and then when they're out of school, pick 2 days, Mondays and Thursdays, Mondays and Wednesdays, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you're going to take them. And those are the days, not other days, not when she was, and fix it, engrave it in stone, make it an agreement. And then until you resolve the rest of the thing, and you get a place where you can take the kids for extended periods of time, at least there's an engraved schedule.
Okay.
The engraved schedule. And
Okay.
Pick the days. You can do it right here. So Tuesdays, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Thursday, but Sundays until school ends.
Okay, I'll pick up Monday, Tuesday.
Mr. Kobos, just send me what the schedule is that your client wants and put it in writing, and I'm happy to memorialize it in a custody and parenting consent order. I'll review it with my client, and I'll send it back to you.
Now, is there an issue as to who's going to be the primary parent? What are the kids going to live with? Is that an issue that is not resolved?
No, I don't believe so. I believe that it's agreed that my client will be the CPR.
Basically, okay, go ahead, Mr. Kogo.
I can't hear you.
Franz, I think you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Uhak, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead. I was waiting for your reply.
No, sir. The panelists have a wealth of information. You're welcome to speak and advise the panelists what your thoughts are.
All right, so I have a question to, because since, because I have a little one, there's a little 4 years old after the school, or, after their school finish. So I wanted to come in the house, spend time with them, as if my wife, she wants to leave the house, by the time I spend time with my kids in the house, is that okay?
No,
That's up to wife and counsel, and I imagine they're saying no.
No,
you don't imagine. I'm saying no, and my client is saying no. You
we,
don't imagine.
I would just say it's not the norm. People have done it. It's called nesting, but it is not the norm.
and we tried that for a few months, and I have been trying to have a fixed parenting schedule, but there's no fixed thing. I have sent out many letters through my lawyer to his lawyer asking for a schedule, and we have just not gotten any kind of a fixed schedule back. And we
Okay,
tried the
so-
coming in the home thing too for a few months. That was very tense. It was tense for the kids. It was a lot of screaming and yelling and crying, and so that's why.
Line, please. Okay.
Well, was that because you were in the house and he was in the house at the same time?
Sometimes I was in the same time, but sometimes I wasn't. I would all need to go out as well, and it would be the same situation. And that's why my older kids, it's their personal choice. It's 16 years old and 14-year-old, and they don't want to see him, and I cannot do anything about that. It's because they don't
Please.
feel like they are getting
Well,
parenting.
Please.
I think what he's got to do is take those two, because they're older, and I would suggest taking them to a local diner and having breakfast and talking out the issues between them so he understands them and they understand him, so that, and leave the 4-year-old out of this, because the 4-year-old is not capable of comprehending these
Exactly.
issues. And so I would say let him go and find a diner close to the house. Say Sunday morning, I'm going to take you to breakfast. Mom's going to say, go with your dad, and you got differences and you got issues. Let's talk them out. And do
All right,
it.
so I have a question. I've been trying to doing that, taking them out to the mall, doing whatever they have to go eat, whatever they have to do, shopping, whatever they have to do. I've been doing that, but all they're talking is it's the same words my wife is saying to me, the same exactly mentality they have. They've been talking the same words as she's telling them. I don't know. I'm not saying.
What are they saying? What are they saying?
Whatever. We don't want to see you. Or no, okay, you have an issue with mama. Why don't you divorce this? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? All the talking they're doing. I said, leave out of your mother and me. It's a separate issue. But I'm your father. I have to spend time with you for the rest of my life. Either we stay together or we separated. That's a separate issue. But it's okay. Go ahead.
You got an interesting issue, because those children being 16 and 14,
Yes.
Yes.
they generally don't want to spend time with parents, even if everybody's happy and living in the same house, because they've got their friends, they've got their sporting events, they got their soccer, basketball, baseball, tennis, club, whatever it is that they do. Parents, when they get kids that are 14, 16, they generally do not want to spend a lot of time, unless you're going to take them to Yankee Stadium or take them to a baseball game or take them to a soccer match and go out and spend the day doing something that they want to do. Now, my theory on these things, having lived this, is that what you have to do to get them on your side of the net is to get them together with you for a short period of time so that they feel that you're interested in what they say and that you do the listening. And then at that point, schedule more time with them and try to think of doing something that are event oriented so that you have an opportunity to spend time doing something that they want to do, because most of them want to be with their friends. And it's really a project of their age and their development and where they believe, because kids this age are trying to be independent of their parents. They're trying to grow up and they want to be alone. These are the kids, when you go to a mall, they don't want to walk next to you. If you pick them up at school, you have to hide the car because they don't want to be with the parent because they're going through the stage of independence. And I went through this with my kids, and everybody goes through this, so that when you say, I want to spend time, you have to spend time. You have to allocate the time to do something, number one, that they want to do, and number two is something that you can bond with them doing something that they're going to enjoy for a period of time that they're going to enjoy. It's not like when you have a 4, 5, 6-year-old, you say, okay, you're going to spend the day with me because that's it. These kids are at an age where they separate from both parents. They're trying to get away from the parents and become grown-up individuals. Maybe too early, but that's what they're doing. So I would suggest that you spend some time, a short period of time, and say, listen, I want to see you for 2 hours. We'll go to breakfast and let's talk about what we want, what we can do to solve our issues. And if they say, you've got to get divorced from mom, well, you say, we're trying to do that and we understand we're doing that. Be patient.
All right, so I've been trying to do that exactly as you said, because this is the age. The kids wants to be freedom. They don't want to be with the mother and father. Because everyone went through this age. So I always tell them, tell me what you guys want to do. You want to go small? You want to do eat? So sometimes they say let's go eat there. Let's go do this. But the most of the time, because this is the time this is the age is very crucial for the kids, where they make up their future, where they make up their mind, how they're going to behave. So yeah, me and my wife, we go, because basically me, not my wife, I don't know, but I'm going through emotionally, and traumatized, but I still control my feelings in front of them. And I say, you have to respect each mother and father together. So this way, so you have to balance with us. You don't have to care about neither we divorce or whatever, we separate or living together. So my issue is, whatever is the issues me and my wife have, I've been trying all these months. I've been trying to solve it. So mediation. So either we can see with the kids or without the kids, we can see the therapist. We can do therapy because all of this life, because we spent together, and I don't want to be, because in the future, yeah, of course, everybody get divorced. Or it happens, but you don't, the person, you don't get to each other, you don't live that comfortably. So, but I wanted to have my concern is for the sake of the kids, sake of their future, sake of our marriage. I wanted to do the mediation, if the therapist, for the couple therapy, for the family therapy, whatever we can do to resolve it. If we don't get to the point where we cannot resolve our issues, then we have to do. That's what my first priority is. But if it's willing to my wife, if she wants to do that. If not, then nobody can force her. Nobody can do anything at this point. So then we can go. But as you said, I'm willing to do, with the kids, I'll come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever the time. I can take the kids. But my 4 years old, because mainly all of my life I stayed home, for the kids, and neither whatever she claims, But I have really strong bonding with them, and I don't know what happened in the past 8 months. It just all blew up, and but this is not good for our kids. My issue and my wife's issue is separate issue, but I want to leave out of there sake of the kids' future. Their mentality is going, as you said, their age is very crucial age where they're gonna make up their base of their future. So my concern is for everything is for the family. It's not for me. It's not for anything I can I can do for my personal agenda. My concern is everything is for my future of the kids and my family.
Well, it sounds like your wife is willing to set a schedule, so you should just have your attorney forward your formal proposal to your wife's attorney. And it seems like that this issue, at least in an interim basis, can be resolved. You should definitely be seeing the kids.
All right. You know, I always I want to see my kids.
Mr.
all the Go ahead.
Mr. Uhag, again, the panel will send out a letter. Okay. I am being called by Judge Wilson Matos Chambers at this time.
I'm also before Judge Stacy, but I think the parties heard the recommendations, and I believe again, parenting time. You'll put something in writing, Mr. Kogo, send it to me. As far as the forensic accountant, we definitely need to have somebody on board. So ideally, if we could do this jointly, I think it would be great. It would save both of you time, money, and resources.
I agree.
So I will send you up a letter. I will get the retainer for the person that I would
You can just
suggest.
send
If
me
you have
an
somebody
email.
else, that's fine. I'll do the email, and then I'll also get you the comps on the house.
Great. So once I get the comps, I'll review it. Mr. Uhag, if you get it to me today, I'll review it with him today.
That would be great.
Wonderful. Thank you.
All right, then.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right,
You've
good
been
luck,
great.
everybody.
Thank you so much.
The
Appreciate it.
panelists,
Thank
you.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I
Recording in
see.
progress.
Yeah, so are they gonna go to economic mediation?
Yes,
Yeah,
we have to.
we're gonna have to schedule it.
Okay, I'll let the judge, I unmuted myself on the Zoom too. I'll let the judges' chambers know, so if you just contact judges' chambers with the mediator that you've chosen and the date and the time, and then they'll do the economic mediation order, okay?